Crack a monster, greet the sun. Big blues humming, ready to run. No stacks, no shine, just steady and true. Rolling proud in that deep blue hue. Daylight miles, the highway calls. I was born to chase it all. Sunrise and steel, that's how I ride. Rolling strong with the morning sky. From the hills to the county lines, chasing white lines in the daylight shine. Big blue hums and the world feels right. I was made for driving in the light. 2024 built to last. Smooth and clean, he's built for fast. Hands on the wheel, I hold it tight. No scars, just skill, it's a driver's right. Hammer down, let the engine sing. Hear that road beneath me ring. Sunrise and steel, that's how I ride. Rolling strong with the morning sky. From the hills to the county lines, chasing white lines in the daylight shine. Big blue homes and the world feels right. I was made for driving in the light. 2024 built to last. Smooth and clean, he's built for fast. Hands on the wheel, I hold it tight. No scars, just skill, it's a driver's right. Hammer down, let the engine sing. Hear that road beneath me ring. Sunrise and steel, that's how I ride. Rolling strong with the morning sky. From the hills to the county lines, chasing white lines in the daylight shine. Big blue homes and the world feels right. I was made for driving in the light. Sunrise and steel, that's my life. No shadow roads, just the sun and this heavy load. Every mile is fresh and new. Me and Big Blue pushing through. Sunrise and steel, that's my life. That's my life.
A cinematic guitar solo, engine hum fades under open blue sky.
Hell, I haven't talked to y'all today. I'm sorry. I did, however, get up at like 4 a.m. and hit the road. I'm in the dock. I've been here for 40 minutes, and I contacted the next place over in Roberts, Wisconsin, which is 2 hours and 242 miles away. They said they don't load past 2 o'clock, so I told them I'll just be there in the morning around 9 a.m. and then hit the road. They said no worries. So I got the physical address. It's where they are, and we're gonna get that afterwards. So I should be out of here shortly, and then get to going. But man, did you see in the if I didn't forget, I love lightning storms, and I was driving towards a storm this morning, and the lightning show was phenomenal until I got into the storm, and then it was just high winds, wet roads, slowed me down. It was just stupid. But we're here. We got here safe. Looks like we went through it. Now I might be catching up with us again. So, but yeah, we're getting unloaded right now, and then we're going to head over to Roberts, Wisconsin, and park somewhere and get our next load tomorrow. But yeah, let's see what the rest of this journey has. That lightning show was amazing though, so I should be in the very front of this video before you see me now. But thanks for being here. Let's just keep doing what we're doing, guys. Appreciate all the help and the support. Thanks so much. All right, we're out of here. So, oh yeah, I chose the more highway, less off-road crap of the route. So we added about 50 miles because we did that, but so it makes us, we're 295 miles away from where we got to go. We'll be all right. We had like 40 miles, I think, we're taking 80 all the way over to 35 and going north into Minneapolis, and then go east on whatever it is there, east of Minneapolis. On the state line of Minnesota and Green Bay is the is the shit is where Roberts is. Can't believe the GPS wanted me to take that turn back here. What's wrong with you there, Tom Tom? Trucker pass ass. You sound like Tom Tom. Tom Tom's ass. Alright. Let's get to getting y'all. Alright, first I want to preface this segment here is I'm not trying to discourage anybody, but I'm just trying to open your eyes to the actual truth of what you're going to be walking into. So I see a lot of people new, and I think I might have been one of them, coming out and getting my own truck thinking, oh my God, I knew different because I have done the same shit for the last 25 years just in a different industry, so I knew better. But people coming out and say, oh, I got my new truck, I can go what I want, I can go where I want, I can do what I want, go home when I want, and do anything I want without technically having a boss, right? Which is true, it is. And you're like, I'm gonna make much more money on my own and have the freedom that I want. That's true to a point, but I'm telling you right now, it doesn't get easier because now you have so much more responsibility. And if you want to be home every week or twice a week, and I will say this though, it will depend on where you do live. If you're in an area to where there's a lane, and you find you get through your home area quite often, then okay, maybe you can sleep in your bed a couple nights a week. But for the most part, it's not going to be that way. You're going to be home less. You might make a little more money because you're going to be gone away from home a whole lot more. You have the responsibilities of a truck payment. You got responsibilities of fuel costs. You got responsibilities of insurances. You got responsibilities of your own maintenance. All these extra responsibilities, which cost money, mind you, you have to, and then you're in a whole new tax bracket. You got to put money back for taxes as well. You got to put money in a maintenance account. So when that breakdown or that service comes up, you're not taking it right out of pocket. You have an account for that, specifically for that. You have to understand it's not getting easier when you become an owner-operator or a lease operator. You're buying your truck, a lease purchase rather. It's not getting easier. It's not. It's getting harder, that much more stressful on you. You've got much more to be responsible for, and you have to be able to control your own way. You're running the load board. You're running yourself. You're not a company driver no more, so get rid of that damn mindset. You control your success. Now, I was in a rut for a while, and I let myself get into a massive hole. But I've worked my way out of that hole. I've seen a lot of people who'll give up and refuse to work their way out of a hole, and then it just shows, they turn their truck in, they just quit trucking or whatever, or go to another company or try something different, and you go down as a failure in that aspect because you let yourself get there, but you didn't have the work ethic or the desire to work your way out. I'm not that person. I don't quit. I'm not a company bouncer. I'm not a job bouncer. Once I noticed what I did to myself, I pretty much kicked myself in the head, and I've gotten out of it. I am out of what I was in, and that was all my fault for getting there. But I refused to let myself fail at this shit. So I worked something out, and I worked it off, and I worked and worked and worked. And I know some of you pointed it out to me. You've seen it over the past some months, I guess 5 months now or so, to where I ran harder and doing more miles and all that crap, and being more smarter and selective on my loads, just so I can be better at the business, my business, not anybody else's business, but my business. And you have to be willing to accept that kick in the teeth that wakes you up to conquer whatever it is, to get through it and surpass it. If you're not willing to accept that reality, regardless of how embarrassing it is for you or how bad it makes you feel, or how pissed off it makes you. You have to be willing to accept the truth in the situation. If not, it's not for you. It's not. You can get into a truck easy. Anybody can get into a truck easy as shit with any company. Ain't no one going to say no to you. I'm talking about when you're going to buy or whatever. But the hard part is keeping it and maintaining it and being successful and making the numbers that you need. Now, everybody's needing number is different. Everybody's want number is different. Money doesn't control does not motivate me. But money is a byproduct because I like what I'm doing, and I have learned the niche that I am comfortable with. Now, I'm in South Dakota. No, I'm in Minnesota now. Oh, and it's windy as shit. There's storms all around me. Do I like being up here? No, I don't like being in the north. Y'all know I'm a southern boy. I like the south. I like being along the Gulf. If I can find me a lane that takes me Jacksonville to Phoenix every day going week, back and forth, I'd be one happy, happy boy. I'd even go Jackson to Phoenix to Vegas to Reno and back down. I don't want to go up to the north a lot. I don't like being up here. This ain't my part of the country. I don't like it up here. But my first time hitting South Dakota, I've nicked Minnesota before. And the only state that I don't have on my tenure now driving through is North Dakota and those northeastern states way up yonder. I got a few of them, but not all of them. Like New Hampshire, I don't think I ever hit New Hampshire, or Rhode Island for that matter, or, well, I've hit New York State, so I don't know what else is up there. Delaware, I don't think I've hit. So, but yeah, other than that, Hawaii and Alaska. Now, Alaska is not too far-fetched because there's a possibility to get one of those, and I'm thinking about I'm going to go ahead and get my passport at some point as well, so I can do some Canada loads. I've seen a few of those things. I'll get my TWIC card, so I get my background clearance for like military clearance loads, stuff like that. And I've done a couple of those, but there's some that you just require more. But that's not the point. But all this stuff that I just talked about, it's my responsibility to get. You know, this time of year we got to pay our yearly $22.90. That's $5.50 a year. We have to pay for your hut. You got to pay. Well, fortunately here at Mercer, I don't have to worry about IFTA. Because Mercer takes care of all the IFTA. But if you're with a company that requires you to take IFTA, then you got to do that. You got to put money in an escrow account. That escrow account's for the company's protection. Like if you happen to leave them and you leave them a bill, or you owe them money or whatever, they'll have some way to get some of that money back anyway. But when you're an owner operator, or leased on to somebody, contracted on to somebody, it gets harder. Now, the reward is better. I'll give you that much. The feeling of the freedom you have is much better, and you're not being told where to go. But know this: if you don't run, you don't make money, but you still got bills to come out. And when you're contracted on to somebody, you got deductions coming out from the company for your insurance, depending on if you have insurances on your own or through the company. You have insurances. You got tags. You got. In this case, the monthly ELD fee, I think it's $35 a month for motive and all that. So there are fees that come out with the company. Now, my total expenses from Mercer a month, $725 for the trailer rental, $310 for my insurance, $100 for bobtail. Shit. I'm gonna come back to that later in this video, and I'm gonna tell you exactly what my monthly deductions from Mercer are. That's just my fixed. But it's right around. It's under $1,200 a month of what is my fixed income, my fixed deductions from Mercer. So that's about $300 a week, which is about $28 a day, roughly, somewhere in that window. No, about $35 a day, I'd say. 3 times 7 is 21, so that's 90, so 7, 10. Let's just say 30, I'll do what I did from the beginning, $33 a day. That's how it's broken down with Mercer, because you get paid after every load. So however many days it was since your last settlement, times 5 days, like this one, for example, will be like 5 days, $33 a day. That's how much my deductions will come out of that settlement, and then so forth the rest of the month. So just know it doesn't get easier. It feels easier. You feel the less pressure in the beginning, but then you realize, shit, you got more pressure because you have to run yourself, and it's not about running high miles either. It's about how much you're making per mile. Once you figure out and do the calculation of what exactly it is it costs you a mile to run your truck, that'll give you an understanding of how much you need your loads to pay. Okay, now I don't run on mileage. I'm looking for a weekly number, and honestly, to me, I don't mind running a 200. Like, well, this one, for example, here's 300 mile deadhead. After this deadhead, my rate for this load is still plus 220 a mile. I'm okay with that, even after my deadhead. Okay, I'm okay with that. You may not be okay with that. Some of y'all may not be okay with that, but I'm okay with that. And if I'm okay with that, that's all that matters. All. And if you're okay with what you're doing, that's all that matters. Now, you will listen to people talk about this, that, and that. You'll get some tips, you'll get some advice, you'll get some information, and you'll learn new things. So that may tweak your thinking as well. But don't let nobody tell you you're doing it wrong as long as the numbers make you happy. That's all this segment was for, man. Just kind of open. I'll never lie to anybody. I'm an open freaking book. Ask me anything. Seriously, I'm an open freaking book. But I'm going to pull off right now at this quick trip, the KT variety, because I'm not up here often enough to take advantage of these guys. So I'm going to just pull over just because I can. I got time, and I want to, and I got to use the restroom. And the list price for diesel here is $4.99. I doubt we get discounts at these places, but unleaded is $4.24. But yeah, we're going to stop here just for a little bit. Go inside, check it out. Maybe grab some of their fried chicken. Remember, they have good chicken. And then maybe even grab. They have like a little mini grocery section, so. Maybe grab, I don't know. We're going to go ahead and check it out. So just know if you go to an owner operator, get your own truck and all that good stuff, it gets harder, not easier. Where the hell is this the entrance for the trucks? Yes. Okay, I go straight back. There was nothing clearly stating truck entrance. That's why I was questioning. Yep, I see it. Okay, so just know that. Take care, guys. All right, I'll holler at you in a little bit. I want to ask y'all a favor. If I have motivated you or influenced you in any way to move forward in your trucking life, whether it be getting a new truck or coming to Mercer, please use my referral information. This is my SFI representative. Tell her Larry Walker asked you to call her. And of course, on the Mercer application, just tell them either my name or my unit number, 24775. That's got to be done before any phone calls have been made. It's got to be done on the very first phone call for the referral bonus account. I appreciate you. I don't have the microphone on because it's dead, but I just got paid for today's delivery. So I'm going to tell you what my monthly deductions are that come out from Mercer every month. These are my fixed deductions, right? What is that? I will say this. Okay, I point this out on the trailer rental pool. It's $725 a month, but that's only based off 7,700 miles. So anything you drive over 7,700, I think it's 3 cents a mile. I think, because I got a deduction right here for May. My trailer miles over 7,700. I did 3,303 miles more. So I did over 10,000 miles, 10,300 miles last month. And that cost me additional $99, okay? So my trailer rental pool for May was essentially $825 versus $725. So that's not a normal deduction unless you go over every month. And if it is, that can vary depending on how much you go over. But here's my fixed. June occupational accidental insurance starts off $130. That's a month. Because on these settlements, you have a beginning balance and a remaining balance and the charges deducted. Remember how I told you the charges deducted? Is your total monthly deductions, fixed, are broken down into 30 days. They give you a daily rate because they pay you after every load. So my last settlement was What is today? Today's Wednesday. My last settlement was last Friday, right? When I dropped off that cabinets in California, when I finished those out. That was my last settlement. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 4 days. In between then and now is the total deductions off of this settlement. Now my next one, when I pick up tomorrow, will count for today, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. 5 days. I'll have 5 days of deductions coming out then. So you see what I'm saying? That's how the deductions work. I've had people tell me in the beginning, Mercer crap, because they couldn't make up how much money they want to take off my deductions. Because your deductions are based off how many days it's been since your last deduction. So understand that if you come here and you're wondering why your deductions change every settlement. That's why. How many days was it since your last settlement? Do your daily rate and then count the days, and that's how much comes out. All right, so now my fixed costs, my fixed expenses through Mercer a month right now. Occupational accidental insurance, $130. Physical damage for the tractors, $315. Trailer rental pool is $725. My bobtail insurance is $30, and the ELD data package is $39 a month. Now, when it comes to your physical damage to your tractor, that's based off truck value. And I'm getting ready to lower that down here in a minute. Either this week or next week, I'll take it down to $90,000. By every $10,000 on your truck, when you have a payment, when your value goes down, report it. About every $10,000 is the rule that I was told in the beginning, so that's what I stick to. Every time your value of your truck or the amount of your truck goes down to every $10,000, report that to the insurance, and that'll lower your premium. So I'm about to break it down to $90,000 from $100, and my premium will probably drop down to $300 a month then. So as of right now, I got $130 and $315. That's $445. The 30, that's $69, $445. That's $514 and $725 a month. $1,240 a month is my monthly fixed deductions from Mercer. Divide that by 30, that gives you your daily rate. That's how the deductions come out of Mercer. Now, that's only for what I just mentioned. That doesn't count your fuel or any tolls that you may incur if you don't have a pass or whatever. What else could there be? What other charges besides the excessive mileage on the trailer? Don't ask me where the 7,700 miles came from, why they chose 7,700 miles on their mileage for the rental of the trailer. Some people I know are against trailer rentals and all that crap, but think about it. We're getting 75% of the load. It says it right there. The revenue, owner rate, 0.75, load of miles, and it has an owner due. Then it's got the fuel surcharge just below that. All the fuel surcharge goes to the driver. So 75% plus fuel surcharge equals your pay for that load. I'm not breaking down. I'm not going to tell you the numbers because the numbers doesn't matter. Because it doesn't matter how good the number is for me or most people. There's always that one person out there at his mama's basement saying, I make $10,000 a freaking load. I make $17 a mile. I won't move my truck for less than 20. Shut up, you rat bastard. I live in the real world. But yeah, there's your breakdown. Very simple. What other deductions besides tolls and trailer over mileage? Unless you damage something and you have a claim going through with insurance, of course, if you break something, that's your responsibility. Other than that, there's nothing else that comes out that I've had to experience yet. So I'm an open book, guys. Like I said, I won't lie to you. I'll tell you the truth. But when it comes to numbers, I stop sharing those because it just don't matter because everybody's numbers are different. The rates aren't different, but just the deductions are different. So my expenses are different. Now, again, I have additional bills on top of that. Like I have a truck payment. That's got to come out of, that comes out, that's what I pay. But that's not what, my truck payment has nothing to do with how much I make from Mercer as I'm working with Mercer. My truck payment is one of my personal expenses. What I just talked to you was my Mercer deductions. That covers all my businesses. except for the outside shit. My business license, the yearly $22.90, my truck payment, my personal expenses has nothing to do with how much you make from the company. Your personal expenses have nothing to do with how much you make from the company. Y'all need to learn how to separate that shit. If I make $32,000, $35,000, $4,000 a week from Mercer, if I want to spend $1,200 a week on a payment, truck payment, I can do that. It's my choice, not yours. Whether you, that's just fact. It's working for me, okay? Since I woke the fuck up, got my teeth kicked in there about 7 months ago, but I have recovered, and that's all that matters. Anyway, now I'm gonna walk into KT and figure out where I'm gonna get fuel from here to there, because I need to get some fuel. So anyway, talk to you later. Man, I wish KT Quick Trips was all over. They got the best jumbo chicken tenders. And I'm sure, like anything else, if it gets old as shit, man. I'm at 3-piece chicken tender, and I got a additional chicken tender with a cheese stuffed breadstick. I had 4 chicken tenders in that breadstick, and that breadstick was awesome. So, and it was all fresh, so it was really, really good. And I just got fuel here. I put about 50 gallons in the driver's side tank, got it for $4.39 a gallon, and I filled my DEF up. DEF here was $3.99 a gallon. I went ahead and filled it up. My DEF tank ain't been full in forever. So we're heading out now. We're going to head up. We'll go a few hours. Maybe not get the whole way. I don't know. Let me bring this up, see where we're at. It says we're 3.5 hours away, so to stop south of Minneapolis or to know. Let's see, is there a truck stop really, really close to where I'm going? Yeah, there's a Flying J right off my exit there. Right off the exit I'm going to. So we'll shoot for that. Low fuel my ass, you need to fix that gauge, get that gauge up. So anyhow, we're off, guys. We'll see you in a few hours. We'll be there about 5:30, it says, because this is 2 o'clock. I've been here for over an hour. But damn, now damn near 2 hours. Sitting here just bullshitting, doom scrolling TikTok, just chilling. All right. On the highway, I-90 for... But now I messed up my navigation, because you telling me something that ain't supposed to be. We're going... No. Yeah, look at you. Good thing I checked you. Good thing I checked you out, huh? No. You ain't... No. So I know we got about 150 miles before we hit 35. You know what? I told you, I'm staying off the daggone... Clear, yes. I'm staying off the daggone U.S. highways and crap. Now, would you rather go 240 miles for 4 hours and 5 minutes on back roads? Or would you rather go 280 miles on highway 4 hours and 5 minutes? That was the initial estimation. So I choose all highway. Yeah, so from here on the right, it wants me to go 210 miles for 3 hours and 34 minutes. The way I choose to go, 238 miles, 3 hours and 32 minutes. Yes, it's longer by 28 miles, but this time it's faster by 2 minutes. So shut up. And it's all highway, and it's windy. It's all get out too. Ugh. All right, so good thing I noticed that. So that's something about Trucker Path 2 is if you don't pay attention to it, and like if you like, because I didn't have that stop on the route. So I got off of it, so it wants to try to reroute me, right? And then it does its own way. So you got to do that shit your own. You got to keep an eye on it. Otherwise, you wind up in national state parks, wrong ass roads. Way station 3/4 mile. I don't see no lights flashing, so we don't have to stop. So remember that back yonder when I was a couple wrong turns because I wasn't paying attention to the damn thing. Anyway, let me shut up. Let's get up to Roberts, Wisconsin. Man, I tell you, man, I've been driving since I got on the road at 4 o'clock this morning in a strong-ass headwind all day. I've been watching my freaking fuel mileage go. It's like right now, I reset my tripometer when I left the receiver this morning, and 0. And I'm at 6.8 miles a gallon, and I'm just driving in nothing but headwind. This is just brutal. 6.8 mpg, and I was at 8.2 the whole trip up until starting this morning. And on my when I parked last night, I was at 8.2, and when I got to my shipper this morning for the reset, I was at 7.7 because of this damn headwind. I'm ugh, brutal, man, brutal. But I want to follow up on what I was talking about earlier when I was talking about new truckers coming out here and thinking about this, that, how much better all that's going to be. And don't get me wrong, I mean, that's just in general. I'm not saying you might not know somebody already that can get you into a great opportunity to where you're home every night and you're making a gazillion dollars a week and all that good stuff. I'm going through a construction zone right now. Got to get over a little bit. They're painting the roads. They're hand painting something. Okay. Go ahead with your bad self. No, let me get back over here. All right. I'm not saying you can't get lucky. You may know, but in general, for the masses out there right now, a lot of them fail because they're not realizing, or they don't understand everything else that's involved with it, and they're just not ready for it. It comes as a shock when they realize that you don't really have I mean, I'm not saying you don't have help, because you might have a dispatcher or coordinator who's looking for loads for you, but for the most part, you need to be on that board yourself. And the advantage of having, like here at Mercer, I have a coordinator who keeps an eye on the board when I'm driving. I can't look at the board while I'm driving. Can't look at it. And, you know, you need to be. You never know when a load's going to pop up. See, they pop up at any random time. So every time I take a chance, I stop or something, I'll look at the board and I'll see if I can't find something that he hasn't talked to me about, or even something that he has talked to me about, and I said no. I wanted to take a closer look at it to read the details of it, because sometimes the load may sound great, but when you look at the details of the load, of the requirements and all that, it's not really that great. Like I said, money itself is not my total decision maker. Granted, the rate's got a lot to do with the loads I pick, but also I'm not going to take an $8,000 load from, let's just say, Haley, Alabama to Oregon with 15 stops along the way. It's going to take me 12 days to do it. I'm just not going to do it. It doesn't make sense to me. $8,000 sounds great, but when you look at those details and where all those stops were, it just wasn't worth it to me. Now, some of y'all might think it's worth it, but not this guy. And going to Oregon? Hell no. Northwest is brutal. So there's a lot into it. You just got to know what you want and know how you want to get it, and then find the loads that match your requirements. There's a lot to it. Just don't think there isn't. I just want to try to help prepare the newer ones who are thinking about this option. It's great. Don't get me wrong. It's great. It's fabulous. And I'm in a different situation than a lot of you too. I'm divorced. My kids are grown. I don't have that day-to-day life, day-to-day parenting stuff I got to deal with, or day-to-day marriage I got to deal with. I don't have that. A lot of you are young, probably haven't got that yet. But a lot of you are probably right smack dab in the middle of that type of life. And trucking is going to be hard. It takes a special kind of person to stay with a trucker. It takes a tough bond, strong relationship to survive being with a trucker, from either end, whether you're male or female, whichever, with the opposite, or both, whatever you are. If your other is out there trucking, you got to have a strong ass bond, and you got to have a lot of trust. That's just facts. That's just facts, 100%. And people don't think about that stuff either. So think about it deeply. If you're in a marriage or a relationship, you got family and kids, how is this going to affect your lives as a whole? Maybe you get lucky to get a local job. And if you can, then do that. Screw the ownership part. Just work for somebody. You can make good money doing that. I'm not as good as OT. Well, you might. I don't know. You might, like I said, you might be able to find that gym, that little gym, hidden gym somewhere. I want to try to share some knowledge. I want to try to open your eyes to some things that you may not be thinking of. That's all this was about. Look at the comments too. There's going to be a lot of vets. There's going to be a lot of people commenting about this topic too. Some saying that I'm right about some things. Some saying that I'm wrong and correcting me about some things. Look at the comments. I don't know everything. I just know it works for me. So be sure to check out the comments too. There's people down there that will be very helpful. You'll also see some assholes that don't like me, so they're going to talk shit. So be prepared for that as well. I love you guys. We are 50 miles from I-35. We start heading north. I'm debating. There's a pet turtle loves there, but I already put that Flying J. It's literally 2 miles from my pickup in the morning. So scratch what I was getting ready to say. I'm going to go to that Flying J, and it's right beside of a KT. You know, the KT quick trip I just left. So that's a plus. But I'm going to do some laundry this evening. I'll have an evening to do it. I'm gonna get some laundry done, so I'll show you parts of that before I close out the video, and get a shower tonight for sure. I know I got some things I want to throw away, so I think I'm out of trash bags. So I'm going to probably have to go inside the Flying J, see if I can't find a small thing of trash bags so I can throw some shit away. Some old shirts. I told y'all before, I go through shirts like crazy. Every time I go to my place or to my buddy's place when I have mail shipment, I've always got new shirts there and sweats or something. So anyhow, we'll be there in about a couple more hours. So I was driving and it dawned on me, I'm going to hit Minneapolis at like 5 o'clock. Nope, not tonight. I'll deal with it in the morning. So I stopped, where am I at? North Ridge or some shit. 50 miles away. I stopped here at this Flying J, so we're going to do everything here. Well, I was, but of course laundry here ain't working. City Flying J. We're still going to shower though. Yeah, that's going to be it for today, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I'm going to do laundry over the weekend. I'm going to stop at Mercer town, so I'll do laundry there. But yeah, sorry, squirrel. I love you guys. Thanks for all the support. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow.